When tragedies like this happen and we have social media coming from everywhere, news coming from everywhere, can that actually add to people's anxiety? Should they be thinking of disengaging? How do you manage how much you immerse yourself in this?
I mean, that's the question of the day with social media, because there's so much access to information. And if you're immersing yourself in repeatedly in media images and getting stuck there, that could be reinforcing your anxiety, and it can make you replay it. So I think disengaging in those situations is important, to say that I can't continue to kind of torment myself by keep looking at this, and disengaging, and maybe in response to that is calling up a friend or going for a walk or getting support from a loved one. But absolutely, if you keep replaying it, it can heighten your anxiety, and it can lead to kind of similar symptomology that you'd find in responses to traumatic stress, where people have intrusive thoughts and flashbacks and reminders. And this process of continuing checking your Facebook or your feeds is playing into that, and it can make things worse for you.
Can that cause you to even have the same amount of anxiety or post-traumatic stress as somebody who is actually there because you've immersed yourself so much?
Yeah, I mean, they say that exposure to repeated images or events that are traumatic in nature can cause traumatic symptoms in the person who watches them. Absolutely. You can have similar symptoms of anxiety, distress, arousal, avoidance behaviors because of something you've watched, because of something you've seen on TV, and it can create those similar symptoms you'd find in a clinical diagnosis of PTSD in someone else. Absolutely.
So how do we monitor that? How do we keep ourselves informed but disengaged as well?
Right. I think it's the idea of how it's about balance, right? It's about, like you said, you want to be a healthy consumer of what's going on in your community, in your world. But it's that balance point. If you notice you can't stop playing it and you're getting anxious, or you notice that even if you've stopped, you're still feeling that you're having hypervigilance symptoms, you're looking around, you're more active, you're having negative thoughts of bad things happening, you feel like you're avoiding certain places and not feeling safe, and you're feeling concerns about your own well-being, and it's not just fleeting, it's kind of consistent and persistent, that's a sign that maybe you need to disengage, reach out to a loved one, and more specifically, reaching out to a mental health professional.
Kids are feeling anxiety.
Right.
What should parents do, and how can they talk to their kids about that?
Yeah, I think the first thing is showing them that you love them, and you give those affirmations of love and support and care. The other piece is, teaching them through your own behavior, so you yourself remain calm. You don't demonstrate overreactions or anxiety yourself.
Right.
You also keep them in their normal routine. Life has to go on, and you don't make them feel that the world has changed, and to ensure them that there's still safety in the world, there's still good people in the world. Also, to limit their exposure to media images would be very important, because especially the younger you are, the more exposure to those images can cause anxiety, can cause traumatic responses.
For a list of resources and more tips to help children and adults, you can go to our website, citynews.ca/extras. In Toronto, Audra Brown, City News.